Welcome to One Up Fantasy, helping you one up the fantasy football competition. For the latest in Chicago sports news, visit ChiCitySports.com. And now, here are the hosts of One Up Fantasy, Stephen Johnson and Chris Jackle. Kaboom!
What is up, One Up Crew? Welcome into another edition of One Up Fantasy, part of Chi City Sports and the Tape Never Lies Network. I'm Stephen Johnson. He is Chris Jackle.
Hello.
Boys, this is going to go really well.
We brought reinforcements.
It's been a fantastic weekend, and I'm still recovering, but hey, we're here. We're going to have some fun. We're doing some mock drafts here this evening on One Up Fantasy,
yes,
and we've
sir.
got a crew that will be joining us for that. But hey, it's slowly creeping away here, getting closer to that first week of the NFL season.
Cuts are happening.
Real on Justin Fields. I feel like
what are you talking about? They never talk about that. I haven't seen anything about it anywhere. So
I don't get it. But nevertheless, maybe we'll see a Justin Fields sighting in the draft. I would hope so.
I'm sure there's a Bear fan or two in there. You never know.
Wonder who that could be. But we're gonna have some fun. Do hang out in the comments and enjoy the ride here.
Please.
Like I said, we've got 4 people joining us here on the stream tonight that will be breaking it all down with us. And so I think without further ado,
let's get it rolling.
To introducing each and every.
Did you make video intros for each particular guest?
Oh, that man, I wanted to nap all day. I had an 8-hour drive back from Canton yesterday, and
you were driving an Escalade though, so you were all set.
Yeah, I wish I was driving an Escalade. Oh man, so was a gas guzzler. You damn 15 mile per gallon guzzler going 8 hours. My pocketbook.
It was well worth it. I imagine that you survived to talk about it. So I'm sure there's stories and what have you, and I'm hoping we can get a little juice from your buddies that were there, and some that weren't. But with all that being said, I think we should bring some of them on to get the ball rolling here. What do you think?
Absolutely. So let's kick it off right now. First, you can find all of his work. I scared you there, didn't I? You can find his work at 4for4 Football. He is a DFS writer and a DFS analyst for the Rum Boys, Chalk Blocked, the Math Magician. Is that what you call it? Right?
Yeah, it's because Bo sees big numbers on spreadsheets, gets a little confused, so he says that it's math. Don't worry about it.
Well said. Perfect. Welcome, Jordan.
It's Jordan Vanek. Again, also participated in the festivities here with me over the weekend.
His voice sounds fine, though. I don't understand.
I was not karaokeing, and that the videos from that aren't even the best part of the trip. I mean, I think the costume...
Wait, there's video?
Oh yeah, no, it's circling around here. The costumes. That reveal was definitely the best part of the trip.
We might have to show the videos.
If you can pull that off, I don't know. This may change the whole, the whole way this show goes. But
I think we should show the guy that's really excited about this sitting in the green room right now. Let's bring him in. It's the one. It's the only. It's Rum Boys. Robbie.
Yo, I'm so excited
to use this thing.
I'm so excited for us to use this right now.
There it is.
Hold up. Hey, what a crazy week game. Can't stop. Hold on. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. Let's fucking think and do what it do. One Up Fantasy crew. Dilly.
Yes, sir. Well said. See,
Creator
bringing the juice.
Boys.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, man. Thank you for joining us, man. This is going to be a good time.
I can still smell the whole thing. Just booze. Just.
Is that your first time at the Hall of Fame?
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
I've never been, so I imagine it's got to be pretty breathtaking to say the least.
I mean, it's small, but just like you get there and you just see all this stuff, and it's amazing just to see it all in action. And man, like it like I used to call it the juicer because that damn roof on the outside looks like a orange, like a juicer, but like it's just like you walk in and you're like yeah, it was awesome. Like honestly, the whole trip, fantastic. Like I said, we'll get into more stories. Robbie, I think we got to show the Fox video. We got to pull it up somewhere.
And people are talking about it, so I see it. What does the Fox say? So
we're gonna have to pull Troy out of the weeds here. I'm sure he'll be really excited that we're sharing this. Let's continue on.
I'm not trying to put the comments over you. I'm just
And let's introduce our next guest. A little bit of guest roulette as we enter in here. It's your boy Herms.
Oh, no, they caught me. Well, okay, there that goes. All right, well, this is the worst thing.
At least you didn't turn your light on.
You can find him at the lateral FF Herms NFL on Twitter, and he sings a mean version of Ocean Avenue from Yellow Card, as well as Blitzkrieg Pop, as we all learned on Sunday nights. It's a fantastic time. Herms,
it's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe.
Man, dude, I mean, between you and me, like, man, karaoke, baby. Oh, my God. That, I swear, like, and by the time I got my tab back, I was like, what? And, yeah, so that got triple digits.
So but it was all worth it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, my bank account really feels it, but, well, and so did my body. But, aside from that, great time. Great time.
Hard.
We're here. We're rolling. We're moving.
Now, were all you guys at the karaoke bar together? The four of you?
Jordan was.
I did not make
Jordan
it.
was out.
No. All right. Okay.
We
Smart,
do have
Jordan.
one more guest, though. We do have one more guest, though.
Jordan was a good little boy the whole weekend.
He was.
Yeah, this is being recorded, so.
We'll just keep giving him crap. But last but certainly not least, it is the one, the only, my partner in crime on all things creativity and graphics, Bob Gilchrist. Sir, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I definitely had a bit of FOMO. Stephen was texting me pictures, and everyone on Twitter was blowing up. But I'm hearing more stories come out now than I was over the weekend, so it's been interesting.
Bob, I gotta ask, what kind of pictures? Because Stephen was definitely a little drunk most of the time.
Oh, this is great.
Just
keep going. This is wonderful.
There was more than one person sending pictures.
Yeah, I don't know much else that was put out there aside from karaoke videos, but yeah, for anybody who wasn't there was a fantasy football expo in Canton, Ohio. Fantastic time. Yeah, Bob, you're gonna show up there next year, and Jackle, you're coming too.
Yeah,
we're gonna have some fun. And
it's a yearly thing. I think we've all made a pact.
Yes, it is a yearly. Like a family reunion that's mandatory.
And they didn't have it the year before because of COVID, right?
Correct.
Yep.
This is the second year.
Didn't you guys go in 2000? Was that 18 or 19? I don't even know.
No. So only thing that I know from that previous year is that it was nowhere nearly as many people. What's probably going to happen is this is just going to start doubling and quadrupling.
Oh, I imagine.
Yes.
This is probably the most action. Canton probably got more action this week than the previous week, for Hall of Fame, and that's just being straight up.
Wow.
Just all the bars in general.
Oh, hey.
We turned Canton into freaking Vegas.
Yeah, there was no game to go to, so everybody was just out having a blast and doing their thing. I imagine you guys are just filling bar seat, stools and cute whatever.
And there's 3 bars, so it's
shout out George's.
Oh, really? Okay.
George's is great.
Yeah, you had George's, which was the 70s wood paneling bar. You had the Audible. I think it sounds
Sorry,
right.
Bob.
Something like that. And then, then there was a metal bar. And there was also a board game bar that made fantastic hot dogs.
And you had
but
Bosch's
nevertheless,
trunk. You had Bosch's trunk, too.
And we had Bosch's trunk that exploded beer everywhere because apparently there are some sour beers that require immediate refrigeration. John learned the hard way. That's a whole other story. But hey, we're here to talk fantasy football. We're here to have some fun. We've got a draft to get to. We're going to be going with a full 12-team draft. We have some other people here in the draft as well. We've got some representation from Roto Heat. We got our buddy Craig, Craig is here. I get Keith and Craig and all of them all confused. But we've got Craig, and then we also have from TTNL, HL Priest is in here as well, chilling in that 12 spot as we
first time ever doing a draft, by the way. He hit me up and said, he said in the comments he had never done a draft before. And I said, hey, what better time to give it a shot? And he's got one coming up, like his first time on the team, and so he's got some pretty experienced people here below me. I think I'm up top, so so he'll be definitely able to learn from some people here. So I thought it'd make for good fodder too. Maybe we'll get not a Quiddy Pay type draft pick like we did in our mock draft on TTNL, Stephen, but but maybe we see some wild shit. Who knows?
Yeah, Quiddy Pay overall to the 4 for sure. For sure. All right, so this is how it's going to work. There are 90 seconds per pick. We'll just chat it up as we move along here. Just a breakdown of the draft settings, full PPR, 12 teams, and then the breakdown of the roster. It's a 1 quarterback league, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 flex. Kickers don't matter here, even though they may matter in other leagues. We're not going to be drafting them here. We have 13 rounds that we will be getting through, and we are kicking things off with somebody who loves to snipe me and thank goodness is nowhere near me in this draft, that being the one, the only Jordan Vanek. Sir, you are officially on the clock as we roll things here. So 1 quarterback league, PPR. You're wearing his jersey that you bought in Canton this weekend. Obviously, I know where you're going with this pick, correct?
Yeah, Dalvin Cook.
For me, it's the obvious. I
don't
have him in the same tier as Dalvin. I think he's well ahead of him personally. Like, I think he's just the cheat code where he gets 100 targets and 250 plus carries.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with situations like that. And again, I mean, you just hope that he stays healthy past what he was able to do a year ago. Obviously, everybody knows Mike Davis, received the brunt of that work, and now is getting his work in Atlanta.
Wow. That just did the system really just do that?
Okay.
So we've got 4 autos in here just to mess with you a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely have some bots in the building here.
So they will move quick.
That was
already on Herms. Rob.
Let me ask you guys though, while you guys are drafting, we got a chance to pick our spots in this draft. Now, did any of you strategically? Nobody took one off the rip when I got here. Was there anyone that had like any strategery behind their move, or were they just throwing their name down to get in here?
Yeah, that was it right there. That happened at 3.
Gotcha.
That was exactly why I picked 4. I was like, okay.
I just thought it would be fun to be in the middle. So.
Okay. I went with 11. I wanted to be towards the end, so that's why I was just curious.
No, I wanted to be at 6 because that's where I pick in my real redraft, but Herms took it, so I just went to 1.
You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss. I'm sorry, but you said you just want to be in the middle. That was.
So on to Bob. I broke the tight end
I'm looking
seal.
at that.
Yeah, damn, man. What, you shaved his beard and you find him cute or something? What's going on?
I looking at pictures like that are the reason why I don't shave my beard. I want nothing to do with that. But I mean, it's one of those things where you have Kelsey, you've got Kittle, you've got Waller. I feel like you got to get one of those big 3 this year. There's something about it that you just have to get one of those big three. Even though I'm seeing this train of running backs go, I'm not feeling too great about where I'm sitting here. I wanted to pick a hard
I think
place.
we're trying to make you pay for that.
Yeah, you're going to here. Bob going with Barkley. Bob, you went 102 with Barkley in a draft a couple weeks ago.
I did.
You're on that Barkley train.
I'm big on Barkley and Elliott. I have them 2-3 this year.
Barkley's gonna be trash.
Yeah, there's a lot of people playing for money over there.
Does somebody have a TV on?
No.
My fan's on, but my fan doesn't talk. So
I thought I heard something. I'm trying to hear shit.
Optimist.
So we got HL up here.
Yep.
Making his selection. So really
just seeing if he's trying to hit me and making sure he's okay.
And I mean, so with this, we'll talk about actually one of the auto picks here too. So Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, it's really been back and forth with those two guys. Is there a preference now that we know Aaron Rodgers is back in Green Bay that you lean one way or the other in terms of who's your first wide receiver off the board if you want to go that route?
I lean Devontae Adams just because of, it's basically, for me, it's Adams plus who's the next guy versus Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I just think Adams is guaranteed more opportunity.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. Like, I go back and forth with it too, though. Like, the numbers that Adams put up last year, how much closer can he come to that? Like, or is there like a higher ceiling? I don't know if that exists, or if he, they're playing this last dance card crap up in Green Bay. I don't think we have any Green Bay fans in here, so it's fine.
So it can't really be a last dance because you didn't win 6 games.
You won nothing. Especially those two. They won nothing.
Yeah.
Like, isn't really a last dance? Like, right now. It's just them being cliche.
Hey, pick Adams for if you can, Steven. Take Adams for HL. He just texted me that. I don't know if he's able to.
Oh, he's got it.
Perfect.
All right. We're all set. So, there we go. Adams off the board. Adams and Eckler. That's a solid start at the turn. I like that. From especially a PPR standpoint. Eckler, obviously in a full PPR, carrying a lot more weight with what he gets in that offense out of the backfield. And really, what is stopping him from, a top 5 season? Really himself, maybe?
That's about it.
Oh, are we talking about Eckler? Because I have him as my RB5 in my rankings. So I think it's happening. Think about it. Like, bringing in the guy who, learned under Sean Payton, running that offense or whatever, to be the offensive coordinator. Shout out Joe Lombardi. What up? He's already talked about they want to use. It's like finally I can use him as my Alvin Kamara. It's like they said as much. They literally said as much. So come on, just I don't know, health. That's what's stopping him.
Yeah. Yeah, and seeing what he went through last year, really, that he's never been that full bell cow. But really, outside of what else is in that Chargers backfield, there's not Joshua Kelly was exciting last year. Now it's just kind of like, all right, like
no one's talking about.
This year they're going to be relying on Eckler.
Yeah, it's going to be him or bust, hands down.
That's nerve-wracking, though. He comes with can get nicked up, and if he goes down, you're shit out of luck like they were before. If you draft him, you're running that risk.
Herms, I apologize. I have a feeling I'm going to take your guy right here. I'm going to take the bell cow.
God, okay. Well, all right.
Look at you guys working together.
That was mean.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I need a minute to collect myself. How could you do this? You know how I feel about Najee Harris. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, this.
Let's talk Najee. Again, there are not a whole lot of bell cows in the NFL, as we all know, and for him to go into that Steeler offense, there's been a lot of talk about the offensive line. It's obviously going to look a lot different in Pittsburgh, but I mean, from what we've seen from him so far, and obviously the Steelers have gotten to play 2 preseason games already. I mean, what again? Another what's stopping him question from potentially even leading the league in touches on the ground and rushing opportunities. I don't know if there is really anything that is.
The only thing stopping him from being an RB1 is his own physical health, because it's like, I don't care if his runs are the most remarkably inefficient runs in the history of the NFL. If you're touching the ball 300 times between receiving and just running the ball that many times, and I do mention the receiving because, folks, he's going to catch the ball a lot too. He's a very fine pass catcher. So, like, I don't know. Who are you terrified? It's like, oh, so look, Kalen Ballage might come in and steal some work. Like, no. I mean, come on. Like, what are they? I know there are a lot of Anthony McFarland people out there, and, being reunited with Matt Canada, who was his, offensive coordinator at shout out the University of Maryland. Woohoo! Go Terps. But, I don't know, man. Like, same thing we kind of said about Eckler. Well, same, but different, but still same. Just volume. Like, it's all there. There's nothing stopping him whatsoever.
Right. Exactly. And back on the clock here in the third round, kind of we swung around that quarter quick. So this is getting to a point.
Look at my first 3.
That's solid.
That's
sitting lovely.
I see turf toe and a shoulder injury.
And you got kid who's going to be banged up. Boy, chill.
He's healthy right now.
That's all you can ask for.
From a running back standpoint, I'm going to give FOMO here if I don't. So I got to go Swift. This is getting to a point here. You get to this point in the draft. You see guys like Montgomery, like Carson, like Swift, like Dobbins, really just the third round in general at running back, where it starts to get a little shaky. In your guys' minds, how vital is it in a redraft, specifically a 1 quarterback redraft, to come away with 2 running backs, in the top 3 rounds that you can rely on? Are you is that like a must for you guys, or is it, I can kind of lay back and, pick somebody up that might have that upside later that might not necessarily be projecting for it now?
So for me, I always have to go and get 2 right out the gate. I try and, throughout the course of developing my whole roster, be as running back heavy as possible. But in single QB formats, it definitely works better in your favor, I feel, to just have those 2 studs. You want to try and see if you can get guys that'll limit your injury, that'll have low risk of injury. That's why I was, kind of pissed off in the first round that Henry went off the board. But that be what it be. I think Rivera will be fine this year. Gibbs will be fine. Jefferson, he'll nothing to worry about. But I mean, yeah, definitely in the league, you can wait on receiver a little bit more in these formats. Go get your running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I know that it's the auto teams here that have been picking the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, when's the first quarterback come off the board for you? Or
did anybody think about taking Mahomes in the 2nd round by any chance? Because 2 people had hit me up on the chat asking when do Mahomes go?
I mean,
late 3rd.
Late 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the robots suck.
Right around the 3-4 turn area. And then you start looking at Allen around 5-6.
Yeah, I mean, the earliest I will ever consider taking a quarterback in redraft single QB is the 6th. That is the earliest I would consider. I mean, so like, you can justify if you want, like, I mean, I get why going back to what you're saying, like specifically about Mahomes, like, yeah, end of the 3rd, like that, it's a justifiable investment, but at least in terms of like how I approach roster construction, and like this is becoming a more and more prevalent strategy. Just the late QB thing, like it makes a ton of sense, like because the difference between like what quarterback 6 and quarterback 12 isn't really all that dramatic at the end of the day.
Hang on, that was the worst pick of the day that's going to happen right there.
It's my boy.
That Justin Fields in the third pick.
Shout out Justin Fields. Shout out.
He's
doing his best.
HL doing his thing. HL's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing.
One of the reason why I asked the question about a QB is because it was brought up, and so when Mahomes went and then Allen, he's like, shit, who do I take? Like, what do you do? I said, dude, I pump your brakes. There's now that those guys are gone, you're definitely going to want to wait. And then I looked at the book, but hey, it's what happens. Justin Fields, who knows? He could turn out to be Lamar Jackson.
That'd be a wild
2.0 or who knows.
That would be a wild rookie year to say.
I'm just saying.
Hey, if you're a dealer at a table, you would love for that guy to sit at the table all day. Please gamble.
I wonder if Allen Robinson's next.
That's the only thing that he should be. If he's going to do that, then he needs to do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's the we got the timeout there.
Oh, Miles Sanders.
Okay. Well, I mean, you get the two running backs there, so all good there.
I have to
put HL on auto. I cannot take him off of auto.
Okay.
So it's gonna swing him through the picks pretty quickly. So he's got to take himself off if he wants to stick around in the draft here, else it's going to go around pretty quickly. This round 4 setup. Pitts, going with Pitts. Let's talk about Kyle Pitts. He's a fun little
he's a
player
unicorn
that has been going all over the board. Bob, where is he finishing this year?
Probably around 10 and 2.
Okay.
He'll be behind Kelsey this year. I know Waller's a little nicked up. He has not been practicing, so they haven't really said anything. They're just saying that it's nothing serious. But we won't know anything until he gets back on the field when he's going to play again. But I mean, dude's 6'6", 240, right? Is he 240?
He's a tank. I mean,
a lot of vacated targets with Julio gone.
Absolutely.
And Matt Ryan loves tight ends. So if he's running out of that tight end slot, he's going to find him.
I mean, do you think that this is going to be a situation like Marquise Colston as a rookie with the Saints, where he had that tight end setup there, and then obviously the Saints did not use him as a tight end; they used him as a wide receiver, and he lost that eligibility at tight end. Do you think this is going to be something that we're going to see with Pitts, and that he is utilized as more of a wide receiver type?
I mean, it's possible, but they drafted him as a tight end. He's a tight end right now until that eligibility changes.
You've seen that with other tight ends in the league where they've put them out all over the field, but at the end of the day, they're still they're classified as a tight end, right? So I think Pitt stays there, and he falls right in there. Tight end 4 or 5 this year?
And the Falcons don't want that, because when it comes time to franchise tag him, they want to pay the tight end franchise tag, not the wide receiver one like Jimmy Graham.
That's a great point.
Thanks, Bob. Oh goodness, that's a whole nother conversation for a different day. A whole nother conversation. But hopefully it's Cole Kmet season, and
it needs to be Cole Kmet season. I
think he's a breakout sleeper for fantasy. There's been a lot of chatter. People have been writing about it. You see it all over. Cole Kmet is somebody that, one of those sophomore breakouts. You think he's destined for some greatness with this Bears offense?
I hope so. Like I said, I have him in a dynasty league, but it's yet to be determined with so much change happening, especially under center. So, I mean, that's one of those things where, we need to see it to believe it, but I'm confident in it, myself personally.
I think I'm the only person here that owns a Cole Kmet jersey. So
I just bought a piece of a one of 10 football card, rookie card that just came in the mail. So yeah,
go.
A piece of the 8 out of the 85. So yeah,
very good.
I'm with you. Yeah, I was the sucker that won the bid. Yeah.
Oh no, it's my pick. Oh, what do I do? Oh gosh, what do I do?
Finger and nose.
So we got Mark Andrews, Robbie, at the 4. So Andrews versus I'm gonna do table talk here. I don't really care. And Andrews or a TJ Hawkinson.
I mean, I'm gonna go Andrews just because especially we don't know what it's gonna look like for Bateman. We know that's gonna be Lamar's prime target.
Yeah.
There's gonna be opportunity for him to see double-digit touchdowns. So I'm gonna take that all day. Scoring for him. I mean, it's just the target market share speaks for itself.
I like Deontay Johnson. That's a good pick.
Yeah, go Steelers. Woo. Yeah.
If they're not going to hand it off 30 times, might as well throw it to Deontay.
The cup would last. Oh, goodness. How much time do I got left here? I'm probably running out of time. I am running.
You got a minute.
You're fine.
That doesn't matter.
You're
good. Gosh.
You buying all this knock on Jamar Chase, not having that get off? You can't have no separation speed? Or is that just...
I don't know how much I buy into it. I'll be gratefully honest. I really don't.
Well, the thing with Jamar Chase is he didn't really get separation like that in college. That's just not his game. He's more to like the player I've comped Jamar Chase to is basically more athletic DJ Moore, which DJ Moore is pretty athletic, but DJ Moore just doesn't generate a ton of separation. It doesn't mean you can't throw him the ball.
True.
It just means he's not going to run routes like Devontae Adams or Stephon Diggs. And like I've seen comps to him and like the play style of like Des Bryant, where it doesn't matter if he doesn't get separation, just throw it to him off the line, let him use his athleticism, break tackles, let him run the drag route across the middle of the field, make a tough catch, break a tackle, and go score.
Make something happen.
And I mean, beat writers, like how do you judge separation in a practice? Like,
it's funny because there was a lot of talk about this in the fact that people need to realize they have a responsibility when they tweet stupid things like that. and there just isn't. And the fact that there's more of these beat writers that continue to abuse said power, man, it just it irritates me. It really does. Yeah. And we all get the notifications. We all see the news, and then it gets to a point in the training camp process where you just pray, please God, just don't let this be an injury. I don't care what else it says because it's probably not true.
Yeah. I mean, I went to the my friend's a season ticket holder for the Dolphins, so I went to the practice like 2 weeks ago, and like you could see the bias in the tweets where Omar Kelly tweeted out Isaiah Ford scores touchdown, beats Byron Jones in coverage, and like Byron Jones was playing zone, clearly wasn't playing man to man. And Isaiah Ford made a one-handed catch in the back of the end zone, and it doesn't mention a one-handed catch.
That's not a good sign when your beat reporters are dogging you like that, though.
Like what?
I want to play devil's advocate with that take, though. Is you should be beating 2s and 3s. I get if you're a rookie and you're getting shut down by a 1, but if you've got a 2 and a 3 keeping up with you, you're a first-round pick. Like it should be definitive. It should be definitive as hell that you're standing out. So I mean, Chase has to. Yeah, he should. If I'm Jamar Chase, I'm taking that and I'm like, all right, I'm using that as motivation. Like now I'm going to show you. And it's up to him to shut the reporters up and shut the beat reporters up. So I mean,
yeah, I mean. I was going to say, I wonder what drill they were kind of running. Because, like, if you're running a red zone drill, like, you're not going to generate a ton of separation, usually. Unless you...
No.
I mean, I don't know what drill they were running. Because, like, it could literally be anything. Because these guys just kind of say things. And I just saw the Zach Ertz pick. It's
what the fuck?
I'm gonna pretend he picked Lamar Jackson and he picked, I don't know, Noah Fant. That's what I'm gonna pretend.
What
HL's having some fun.
Yeah, he's having fun.
He's learning as we go here, you know.
It's so cute. Aw.
Who's filling out our spot? He volunteered. He said, we got him in here. He's learning. He's learning some stuff. He said, HL, you win some, you lose some. If you can hear me.
That's why this is a mock draft. You know
exactly.
what I mean? Get some of this out of the way now. So when it, I get it. Every now and then I'll try taking a kicker in the first round, see how it feels. Then I remember it's a bad idea and I move on. Just, we all, it happens to everybody.
Hey, I'm not gonna front. Like my very first time, playing fantasy football, I got lucky, bro, because my first pick ever was like Randy Moss, and I used to play on like the Sports Illustrated for Kids, when I was like a child. Jordan, I was around your age, so no, I'm kidding. But no, and like my very first pick, I got lucky because it was Randy Moss, and like I didn't know that he was gonna go off. Like I knew nothing about like rookies and like how like the breakouts and everything like that worked. Yeah. Randy Moss got lucky.
Yeah, I took a quarterback in the first round in my first draft.
No,
there you go. Say the noise, do you?
Hey,
there it is.
HL, all love.
You said you took Steve Young your first time ever?
Yeah. I took in the first round.
Bob aging himself here.
I followed it up with Jerry Rice.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, you sacked it.
Yeah. That's all good. I mean,
doing the whole stack thing way back, just like I feel it.
Bro, I had like 1 year just picked like all Tennessee Titans, damn near like I had like McNair, George, shit, what was that? Damn it. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Wow, he was the only prevalent receiver that they had. It was from that Greatest Show on Turf team.
Torrey Holt,
Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt.
No,
Holt.
or when they
Horn.
had,
No, Joe Horn didn't play for them.
No.
Wait, say it again.
When the Titans made it up against the greatest show on Turf team.
Oh, when the Titans did.
Kevin
Dyson.
Dyson, yes, it was Kevin Dyson,
right,
bro.
Right.
Shit, how can I forget that?
Dude, so I met Phil. I work with Phil from the TTNL network. If you guys don't know the Chicago Bears fandom, but I run a league and I work with him, and he had the first pick. He took Jordan Howard, and it like blew people's fucking mind. They just were like, dude, what the? I mean, he had a good year. This was I couldn't tell you, but this is one of the years, obviously, when he did well in Chicago, but. People were just like dumbfounded, and he actually ended up winning the league that year with that, not with that pick, but he ended up taking down the title. So he got to talk all that shit afterwards.
Really quick, hey, Robbie and Herm shit just happened. He took my guy, and then I took his. You should have just like why?
Oh man, I was really hoping that Ronald Jones was going to fall back so I could just scream into the microphone. Oh, that was going to be the best thing. Oh,
that should be a switch. Hey, just so everyone knows, real life, there is a unsettled Cards Against Humanity score, 3-3 between Herman and I, and I'm not letting it go ever. Ever.
We'll have our rematch. We will have our rematch.
We will have a rematch. It'll be good.
Yeah, next year, bro.
I want to ask you guys a question as I saw one of the rookie receivers being drafted, Devonta Smith. Out of all the rookie receivers this year, which one do you think is going to have the biggest fantasy impact? And if you don't mind, just starting with Jordan and going right down the gamut here.
For me, damn. I would say like I want to say the guy that I think is like more of a sleeper just based off of everything that
say
I've read.
Marshall and just say it.
No, not Terrence.
Yeah, Homer. No, I'm kidding.
No, I think the biggest impact is actually going to be Jaylen Wong. The offense that the Dolphins are running is perfect for him. When I went to the practice, they used a ton of motion. They were using him on crossing routes, slants, like the way that Ruggs should be being used, but the the correct way to use the Alabama receiver that can, do stuff after the catch and not just down the field. He looks healthy, and I mean, I really just think that Waddle will be the big one, but like the sleeper for me is Josh Palmer. I am in love with Josh Palmer.
Yeah. He could do good things over there with
Herbert.
Herbert slinging the rock to him. I know when we were talking about, and Stephen and I were talking over last week, we were talking about the Rams, and we had him at like a wide receiver 6 and in their depth chart that they had just released or what have you. But he could definitely move up, and do some really good things. They got some strong weapons there, and he could benefit from that definitely.
The computer picked Michael Thomas. That's what you fucking gave.
Exactly, asshole.
No, so okay, we talked about Michael Thomas last week. Okay, so goes AWOL in the spring, comes back, has his surgery in June. They put a 3 to 4 month timetable on that. I mean, 3 months is middle of September. I mean, that's not, a terrible selection given his athleticism. If there was a guarantee, again, and I know, nothing in fantasy football is guaranteed, but if there was a guarantee that he would be back, let's say week 4, and he misses the first 3 games, would you be comfortable taking him right there in the 7th round?
Not with that team, not knowing that we have 2 flexes. I think if I had 3, if he was my wide receiver 4, I would be more comfortable. But like, I feel like if you instead of ETN, the person picked, Deontay Johnson, then Michael Thomas at that pick I would be fine with, because it's a wide receiver 4. It's your second flex. You could put him on the bench next round for one of the other receivers that comes back, like Antonio Brown, and be able to manage it that way. But it's so tough for me to take him any round and guess that he's going to come back that week.
Nah,
I'm staying away.
I'll just Michael Thomas altogether.
Not this year.
No,
It's 2 years in a row that things have come up with him.
Yeah.
He's off my radar until he's on another team.
Yeah.
Can I just say that my body really hurts from running on that field the night after the fucking club, after the karaoke bar? Like,
the AstroTurf.
Bro, my body hurts. Like, I'm like, why do I hurt so bad? And I'm like, oh, you dummy.
Oh man.
Why did y'all let me
Why did you let me hurt?
We went to go lift my beard. I was like,
let's look here at I had a question. I had another question. Now I'm getting flashbacks of tequila.
Your mouth watering.
So okay, so there goes Waddle. So Claypool, another one, apparently hobbled off the field again today.
Did he?
With I saw a picture with Eric Ebron and Big Ben helping him off the field.
Yeah.
They say he's okay though. So
that's the second time now that he's gotten hurt.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's also a very large man. This happens to you when you're large. I don't know.
large, tall, and athletic. I mean, I'm just large.
How come not everybody gets hurt? How come everybody doesn't get hurt then?
Yeah, I mean, I sneeze and my back goes out. And I mean, at least he probably doesn't have to do anything with that. So,
Minor ankle sprain is what they're calling it.
Okay, so that's probably 2 weaker. Probably take it nice and easy. Yeah. Keep them rolling.
Didn't McCaffrey have a minor ankle injury last year?
Isn't that how it started? They called it that.
I think it was.
Didn't turn into that, but they called it that.
I mean, I think if we were more competitive, he would have played towards the end of the year. But it was
I think McCaffrey getting his rest was exactly what's going to make him even better for this year.
Yeah, I mean, he just back-to-back years of like 300 touches or 330 or some nonsense. Like,
yeah. It's okay when you're the best, relax and break. Like shit.
Yeah.
Yes, I did say that McCaffrey is the best.
Robbie, fading in and out for me. I don't know if anybody.
Yeah, Robbie, you're going in and out on the mic.
All right, how about now?
Go. There,
okay. I'm sorry, I sat too far away.
You're good.
I apologize. But no, the only person I think that can really compete with CMC as RB1 this year, his name is Derrick Henry, and that's it.
Yeah, so and Derrick Henry is one of those guys where it's almost mind-blowing to a point where you look at the stats, and especially in a PPR versus a half point or even a non, and God forbid you're still working in a non-PPR league.
Exactly, yeah.
It just sends shivers down my spine. Bob, God damn it, Bob.
Right?
I name dropped it last round.
It would help if you set a cue for us of what you were looking for.
I didn't set my cue for that exact reason. That's why I'm hiding everything when I'm not up. But where was I? What was I saying?
Tequila.
Oh no! Don't say that again.
No, so it's funny though, because in PPR everybody looks at Derrick Henry like, he ran for 2,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, like he's this tank, but he doesn't have that receiving upside. And then you see guys like Cook, like Kamara, that have higher fantasy points per game in full PPR, and that just always feels weird to me. Being like just a straight stats guy, like that it messes with my mind. Thinking like Derrick Henry just had one of the best NFL seasons of all time, but he was still behind these other guys. And don't get me wrong, the other guys had great seasons, but that was one of the best seasons of all time.
Bro, and the fact that people it's like Derrick Henry, they'll still try and find ways like they shit on him or say Klug had the most perfect tweet earlier today, where he was like, Derrick Henry is both simultaneously drafted at his floor and his ceiling at the same time. Like it's either in your league people are high on him or either they're not. I just so happen to be on that spectrum of high on him.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point everybody's just kind of waiting for that cliff. For just as many miles as he has on his tires.
Be a negative.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Because obviously it's almost like people want to see him fail just so they can. Say, I was right. I was right. I got it
failing
right.
over there though in Tennessee with all those weapons, and I mean, shit, he falls forward with that offensive line and he gets 5 yards. I mean, he's got a chance to put up at least like 1,700 yards, I would think,
and especially
with those three receivers,
Yeah, that's a lot. Herms, I know you have to leave us, sadly.
No.
You have your show though. So again, I'll just I'll just have you plug everything here. So
there we go. All right, here it happens. All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Herms NFL if you want to listen to my show, The Lateral Show, dropping every single Wednesday. The Lateral FF. There's also Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, a couple other places I've never heard of. You can find it. It's great. And then I will be on Friday nights with Robbie. He's on the show. Do you remember? He was just talking.
Point up. Just point up.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Rum Boys After Dark. I do that, and then I also contribute to Football Absurdity. It's a website, and it's called Football Absurdity. So there it is. Yes, that's how things work. And if you do anything else, if you take one thing away from me tonight, do not besmirch the name of Rojo. Goodbye.
Wow.
And just like that, he is gone.
Like,
Herms is the party. Fantastic guy. Appreciate him coming on.
He must have been a good time out there in Canton.
Yeah. Like I said, best rendition of karaoke of Ocean Avenue from Yellow Card that I have heard, and it had the whole bar going. It was fantastic, but great dude.
Bro,
great
dude, when I looked over and I saw Troy singing along to everybody else, like this mother. Troy was in heaven. Ooh, do we have that video?
We got it somewhere. We got it somewhere. We'll
Zach Ertz ruined Dallas Goedert's time in Philly, huh? Ertz isn't going anywhere.
Oh man,
Ertz should go.
He should, but it sounds like, you know, the more I'm reading, it sounds like they're going to be splitting time. I don't know.
That's something that's blown my mind. Because I don't know if anybody wasn't on that train of, okay, Ertz is gone. It's Goddard season. I don't know what's happening.
That's what it. That's
still early, but
supposed to happen, and that's to everyone.
I mean, it's supposed to happen, and like, but the thing with Nick Sirianni is he runs a 2 tight end offense. So like, I don't even know who their second tight end is. And
Richard Rodgers.
Is he still? I don't even. If he's still there, that's good.
Good pull, Steve.
I mean, I look at it like if they do get rid of Zach Ertz and they go to 3 wide receivers, what 3 receivers are you deploying? And then
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where it gets like Zach Ertz and Goddard are probably their second and third best pass options.
I mean, yeah, Rager had that amazing catch earlier in practice.
It was nice.
Yeah, but I mean,
we're losing.
A lot of players have really great practice training camp moments, and then they get into a game, and they're not the same. Don't worry, I know I lost my headphones again, and he's just sending them to me because he's that awesome. Yeah, these are my other headphones. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. You're good.
Fuck.
All good.
I hate to see that.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of Rager. I don't know if I'm 99% sure I haven't drafted him once.
Never
at all this year. Like there's
Never
something
once.
about him. Like it's just
Bye.
Really?
I am buying him everywhere. He's at an all-time low in cost.
Smart.
I mean, at least for Dynasty, I am buying him everywhere. It's costing you a late second.
I mean, Dynasty different, like completely different. I mean, but just that whole team as a whole, like, I'm not saying this because I'm a Washington fan, but there's just so many question marks there. I mean, like, there's just so many question marks. I don't think they're gonna.
I mean, I don't typically look too much.
Fantasy.
I don't look too much at ADP, but I just scrolled down, and at 187, I will add Jalen Rager 100 times out of 100 times. That's like your wide receiver 6.
Yeah.
I mean, the upside is definitely there, especially around the other guys that are floating around. That ADP. I mean, again,
Gabriel Davis, Sammy Watkins, Christian Kirk. I'm going to take a chance
Smith
on that first round prospect.
Yeah. I mean, and as we all know, so there's obviously there's been second year breakouts, there's been third year breakouts. People will argue back and forth, which one is.
And this Corey Davis.
Yeah, Corey Davis. Yeah, took him
fifth year breakout.
Right. And, well, I'm going to label that one under contract year breakout.
Watch that bag breakout.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because there's definitely plenty of that goes around too. Corey Davis is another one. Like this year, like nope, hands off. Like unless he's gonna drop. I also
the Jets are another one of those teams though that also aren't fantasy friendly. Like never have been, never will be.
Dude, if Zach Wilson figures anything out, he's got to throw to somebody.
Bro, did you hear what Dan Orlovsky said on McAfee?
Mm-hmm.
What'd he say?
Man, this man goes
from the beach.
Yeah, from the beach, bro. No, I'm trying to remember now. Fucking, it literally just happened. See, don't smoke weed, kids. Yeah, see, I lost what I was about to say. We were talking about, who were we just talking about?
Dan Orlovsky.
Orlovsky was on McAfee talking about Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to compare Zach Wilson's rookie, say that Zach Wilson will have the similar, if not exact, rookie year as RG3 did when RG3 was a rookie. RG3 single-handedly had one of the best damn rookie years ever and also had no playbook really. Like no one really game planned for RG3 because in Baylor before coming to the NFL, any film that you were able to watch on him at Baylor, there was no fucking playbook really at Baylor. It was like, go out there, do what you want. You're talented, win us games. And then it wasn't until the NFL day where, this is what he is as a structured player. Like underneath an actual good coach. Shanahan, even though Shanahan ran RG3 into the ground, but that's a different rant for a different day. Like, shit.
Yeah, it was a surprising comparison to say the least. It could have been a little of that tequila talking for Dan,
I mean, he also said it for things like this.
Exactly. He's done that before, hasn't he? And didn't he say something pretty wild about Justin Fields? And then he backtracked, and he's done that a lot. He's a bait guy. But he's on every ESPN show starting next week or whatever. He'll be on 7 days a week, and we won't get enough of him. But yeah,
gotta get those Bayless role, just saying a bunch of crap just to say it.
I mean, I will say that Zach Wilson's debut, the drive he had, I was impressed with the throws that he made. I mean, it didn't. I mean, no offense to Fields and Trey Lance, but it didn't take great play design for him to show off his talent. It was slants. It was in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Fields had the tight end wheel route on a play action, like a play.
It's an automatic touchdown in the preseason. They say it just turns into 6 every time.
I mean, it's cool that he has cool arm talent, and Trey Lance, the same thing, like a bootleg all the way to throw it back. Come on, I get it.
Damn.
Yeah, I was surprised though, honestly, seeing Wilson back there. I mean, it was. I didn't realize how big he was. And just compared to the offensive line, I was like, holy shit! I thought he was, but he was. He made some big throws. He's got an arm. I was really surprised. He turned some heads for sure. He changed the narrative a little bit after that 2 series, whatever he had, Yeah. Oh shit, I'm up, huh?
I mean,
you are.
You're good.
So,
we're talking football.
Bob, Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
Discuss.
Well, they haven't suspended him yet.
True.
It's getting a lot closer to season.
You're not wrong.
And he still ain't playing shit.
What was that?
He still ain't gonna play.
Why not?
I don't think the NFL is gonna let that man play. You have to suspend him, especially in this day and age. You gotta suspend him.
Oh no.
Okay, the only the comp to that is Ben Roethlisberger because he was involved with civil suits. If
What do you get, 10
suspended
games?
after the civil suits were settled, he was able to play before they were settled. So there is a chance that they don't suspend him until after the civil suits are.
Yeah, there's definitely precedent there, but wasn't that one allegation against Big Ben in the bathroom with the whole thing?
And then another one came up, and I mean, the problem is it's a civil suit. If it were a criminal case, he'd be on the exempt list. He wouldn't even be practicing right now, because of the fact that there is no precedent for the civil suits. He's still playing. I mean, if he's practicing, there's a chance he's playing. And in the 11th round, to take somebody that would be a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's worth a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to get lucky. You've got to get lucky to win.
Yeah, I've thought about it in drafts, and I'm just like, not doing it. Don't know what's gonna happen. Just gonna.
Now I'm not dumb. I am taking a quarterback right now because
I would hope so.
Otherwise, I might not have a starter.
Exactly.
But he was worth it because I thought that the computer would select him.
Now, what are your thoughts if, say, Watson gets traded to Philly? We're talking about a team that, they got Hurts, but that was one of the rumors. Carolina. Now, would that change the outlook for your thoughts on Rieger and the other guy, Devonta Smith and Miles Sanders and the gang in Philly if they were to pull off a trade for like Watson?
Yeah, wherever he goes.
Yeah.
He makes the whole core better.
Yeah.
And God knows the Houston core is trash right now.
No, Houston is poverty.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen a coach get hired that is going to be fired before anything actually happens. It's like the Arizona when they hired the old Panthers defensive coordinator Wilkes. I forgot Steve Wilkes, and then immediately fired him and brought in Kingsbury.
That's right.
And then Kyler Murray just yep, this is what we're doing.
Well, it was them, and then was it Tomasulo in San Francisco?
Yep,
that's another gem where they're just we've made a terrible mistake.
What did we do?
Oh, my turn.
Oh man,
who vetted this guy?
Going Captain Kirk in his glass box.
If I die, I die.
Bro, I was like, how dark of you, bro? Where did you get evil? It's kinky. I like it.
Oh man,
I love seeing Tim Tebow's name here.
Oh gosh, yo, that joke that Joey posted earlier today, where he was like the support team over at Fanatics, trying to get all the refunds back for all the team jerseys.
Oh, the Jersey Assurance. For those of you who don't know about the Jersey Assurance program, when players traded, cut, all that, they will take it back in a certain amount of time. Believe it. Oh yeah, because he was the number 1 selling jersey for a solid month.
And then Justin Fields got drafted.
Oh gosh, yeah. I obviously and then I saw somebody post the other day too. It's like, you all did this by retweeting his block video. I'm like, he looked like a peewee football player just flopping to the ground.
What do you mean? That wasn't good form?
Oh my gosh,
that was
that was.
He set the edge, right?
I mean, it went for positive yardage. I guess if you want to call that setting the edge, then yeah, sure, why not? Oh man,
love that Amon pick. That Amon Ross St. Brown pick. Love it. I'll take the handcuff.
There you go.
Craig took one of the steals of the draft. You were asking earlier what receiver rookie that we thought would be the most impactful, and Rondale Moore is going to be a part of that offense. I mean, obviously, we saw him in the backfield and catching the ball this past week. For me, he is going to be the highest scoring rookie wide receiver.
Yeah, that's a growing narrative. He's definitely pumping air into his own tires. I mean, he looked great this past weekend.
And it's not only that, but again, you have AJ Green with this injury bug that he can never, ever shake. I mean, this is what, the 3rd year we're talking now that he's been dealing with this.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I mean, Kirk, Christian Kirk, you have Andy Isabella, who I believe spent a second-round pick on 2 years ago, who have honestly done nothing. So, I mean, they keep dumping this high draft capital.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, well, who's going to be that number 2 guy? Who's going to be able to
also
stay
never use the draft talent that they draft.
Right.
Like, I mean, but I understand when you have, and it's going to happen again this year. I feel like we're going to deal with Andy Isabella dealt with in 19 as well, where it's like, yeah, we're all expecting, him to be drafted and be this great, player. Then in reality, you got Hopkins in front of you, AJ Green and Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's going to be a violent offense in terms of passing the ball. I mean, they're going to get vertical.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Rondale Moore will probably be utilized out of the backfield, more so a little bit more. But I mean, you could have been doing that this whole time when you had Andy, but you've been utilizing your running backs. It's a depth game in Arizona. They're just really deep, especially at receiver. They have a shit ton of talent, a lot of speed at receiver.
Yep. No, it should be a fun season down in Arizona. See what they can put together there. But yeah, I mean, Moore's got everything you want in a wide receiver. So it's just a matter of him putting it together. And then obviously the Cardinals giving him the opportunity. We are finished. We have wrapped up this board. So that is what we're looking at there for the top half of things. Across the board. Just looking here.
HL, you did well, bud. I know you're listening. You did well out there.
Not bad.
A couple head scratchers, but with that being said, I think we're learning. It's like riding a bike. You took the training wheels off.
He officially has the training wheels off. Exactly.
Look at that.
The training wheels off. Yeah, but overall, solid. I mean, really, this is one of those years where I feel like you gotta really screw up to not feel good about those first 6-7 rounds. That there's just that much talent rolling this year.
Oh yeah,
it's where to find those deeper guys. Like, I mean, they're few and far between. But if you hit them and if they fall to you, it's important to grab them when they do. So yeah, fantastic work all around, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, pleasure drafting with you guys.
I appreciate you guys coming out and joining us, and some tomfoolery here, having a good time, talking shit about Stephen singing and wearing a Fox helmet. And
Stephen was wild this weekend.
You wouldn't expect it. You wouldn't expect it out of me.
No. And I love every bit of it.
James, yes, there will be a listener league for the patrons of TTNL. So we will have more information on that next week. We will be breaking that down. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Before we head out here, obviously want to give each of you a chance to plug everything you have going on and everything in between. So we will start with the one, the only, Bob Gilchrist.
Mr. Bob.
I got nothing to plug. I'm a nobody.
You got plenty to
golfing tomorrow. I see those clubs in the back.
Let's talk about the charities. Let's talk about the JDRF. Let's talk about all that stuff.
Yeah. All right. So my daughter, who is 5 years old, has type 1 diabetes, and I do have a pinned tweet on my Twitter page. She is doing a walk to raise money for them. My Twitter is at Bob Gilchrist FF. Obviously, any support is greatly appreciated. We're also selling some shirts that you can find on FF Pod Shirts. I don't even know that website, but we'll go with that.
Just Google FF Pod Shirts and it comes up.
Just go, yeah. Maybe that's just my search history. I think it's.
I tried it. That's not it. I gotta find Russ.
No, I'm pretty sure I have it pinned in the. It's a part of the thread. So
there we go.
Find that tweet.
It's all right there. I just dropped it into the chat. It's all good, but all going towards a fantastic cause.
Yeah, she helped design the shirts herself. So.
Oh, Appreciate that. Let's Jordan, what you got?
So just follow me on Twitter, Jordan Vanek DFS. I'll be doing a lot of DFS content this year. Robbie will be getting some of that content come Saturday, and 4 for 4 will be the where I drop my article, and I'll be doing a show for subscribers. And if you're going to subscribe, use the link in my profile. Be much appreciated.
All right, and last but not least, it's the only Rum Boys, Robbie.
You guys can catch me on YouTube, Rum Boys Fantasy Network. Also, download the Sports Me app, available on iOS and Android if you have not already. And also hit us up on rumboys.com for all of our articles, graphic designs, merch, and much, much more. That's about it.
All right. Appreciate you guys, as always. Fun, as always. There's no such thing as too many mocks. Never.
No.
We're always here to have fun with it, and obviously as the season gets ever closer. So
this was a mock. We're not actually playing this out.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for your entry fee. No, I appreciate that. No, thank you.
Oh man, but that's gonna do it here for One Up Fantasy this week. We will be back next Tuesday night, same time, same place, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, for another episode of One Up Fantasy, talking everything fantasy football, helping you one up the competition.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Stephen. Well said. Everybody have a great night.
Absolutely. Have a great night. We will talk to you next week. Take care, everybody.